senior journalist and news presenter. Appreciate your joining us, Hamid. I want to ask you, how do you see Pakistan's role in this ceasefire? Was it the role of a mediator, or simply was it the role of a facilitator or a courier sending messages between Iran and America? What really was Pakistan's role?
तू इधर उधर की ना बात कर, ये बता कि काफिला क्यों लूटा। तू इधर उधर की ना बात कर, ये बता कि काफिला क्यों लूटा। हमें रहजनों से गिरा नहीं, तेरी रहबरी का ख्याल है, तेरी रहबरी।
The Pakistan's role was explained by President Trump. Pakistan's role was explained by the Iranian leadership. Everyone is appreciating the role of Pakistan. But yes, there is a technical question.
माना कि तेरी दीद के काबिल नहीं हूँ मैं। माना कि तेरी दीद के काबिल नहीं हूँ मैं, तू मेरा शौक तो देख, मेरा इंतजार देख।
Was it the role of a mediator or a facilitator? Because you see, there were 2-3 parties in this war. One side, it was the United States and Israel. Other side, it was Iran. And then some Gulf countries also joined United States and Israel because Iranians were attacking the US bases in retaliation. So Pakistan don't have diplomatic relations with Israel. So a mediator should have access to all the parties. So Pakistan had a limited access. It had access only with the US and Iran. So I think that Pakistan was playing the role of a facilitator. It was a peace initiative, which was actually started immediately after the war. On the 1st of March, our Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar, he called both the parties. He called Abbas Arakchi, and he also contacted the US administration, and he also contacted Saudis and other stakeholders in the Gulf countries. So initially, Pakistan was only trying to create some communication channel between Iran and Saudi Arabia, because Pakistan have a defense cooperation pact with Saudi Arabia. So Pakistan was telling Iranians that please don't attack Saudi Arabia. We have a defense cooperation pact with them. So please don't create a situation in which we have to take some decision which you will not like, which you may not like. But slowly and gradually, Turkey also jumped in, Egypt also jumped in, and then Pakistan was forced to take the position of a facilitator. So we were playing the role of a facilitator, but on April 10th, yes.
No, you're saying you were playing the role of a facilitator, but there will be those, Hamid, who will say that Pakistan was essentially taking instructions from the Trump administration. There has been some controversy even over the tweet that Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif did today with the word draft written to Pakistan Prime Minister, almost as if it's an instruction from White House what he has to tweet. Was Pakistan essentially taking instructions from United States and then communicating them to Iran?
So Rajdeep, what about the statement and tweet posted by the Foreign Minister of Iran, Mr. Abbas Arakchi, and he ended that statement with Pakistan Zindabad. So what is your view about that statement which was posted by the Foreign Minister of Iran? So if he is saying Pakistan Zindabad, long live Pakistan, it means that Pakistan was enjoying the full confidence of the Iranian government, and the people of Iran were on the roads. They were chanting slogans, Pakistan Zindabad. They were, coming out on the roads with the flags of Pakistan in their hands. And Trump was also praising Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Field Marshal Asim Munir. So Pakistan was in a unique position. You may like it or not, but Pakistan was enjoying the confidence of both the parties, both Iran and United States.
You know, it's interesting you're saying that because Pakistan has had an on-off relationship with Iran in particular. You share a border with the country, but it's been a difficult relationship over the years. Do you believe what has changed? What has changed, according to you, for Pakistan to play this role? Is it simply the geographical location of Pakistan? Is it the fact, as you said, Pakistan has leverage, particularly with Saudi Arabia? Is it the fact that Pakistan has built a close relationship with the US, which over the years is accused of using Pakistan, whether it's as a frontline ally in the war in Afghanistan or now to do this peace deal with Iran? What has changed for suddenly Pakistan to have a better relationship with Iran in particular?
Yes, the relationship between Iran and Pakistan improved in last 2 years. And I must give the credit to the late Supreme Leader of Iran, Mr. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, because he had a very special relationship with Pakistan. He had a very special feelings for Pakistan. You know, he authored a book on the life and philosophy of Dr. Mohammad Allama Iqbal, who is the national poet of Pakistan. So he had a very special relationship not only with the national poet of Pakistan, but of Pakistan. The reason was because I was also not aware. I was told by this special relationship just a few months back when Mr. Bagher Ghalibaf, the Speaker of the Iranian Parliament, visited Pakistan, and I interviewed him. So one of the delegates told me that Mr. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei spent some of the time in Karachi, in Pakistan, when he was forced to leave Iran. He was in exile. So he spent some of his exile days in Pakistan, and in Karachi, he made many friends. And that's why he had a very special relationship. But during the war with Iraq in the 80s, Pakistan was, siding with Iraq, and Pakistan was involved in Afghanistan. So that's why Pakistan was a close ally of United States of America. So we developed some problems with Iran, but slowly and gradually in last 2 years, the problems were resolved. You know, there is another angle, another point which is not known to many people, that in last 1 year, just few days before his assassination, the Iranian Supreme Leader, late Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, played a very significant and important role in addressing the militancy problem in Balochistan, because some of the militant organizations in Balochistan, they were using the Iranian territory as their hideout. So they provided some cooperation and help to Pakistan, and Pakistan was able to fix that problem. So that was a turning point, and Pakistan and Iran were able. Yeah.
You know, that's very interesting what you're saying, Hamid Mir, but if I may ask, who was driving these negotiations from a Pakistani end? Was it General Asim Munir or Shehbaz Sharif? Is Asim Munir, who has a good relationship that he has built with President Trump, clearly, is he the one driving, was he the one driving this entire effort?
You see, I was expecting this question from you. You see, as far as my information as a journalist is concerned, I told you that the Deputy Prime Minister of Pakistan, who is the Foreign Minister of Pakistan, Mr. Ishaq Dar, he started his efforts for bridging the gap between Iran and Saudi Arabia, and then between Iran and United States of America in the first week of March. And he was not only visiting many countries, he also visited China. So he was the main player in this whole effort. And definitely, I attended some of the briefings in which we were told that whatever Isagdar is doing, he has full confidence of Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Field Marshal Sayyid Asim Munir. You know, last year, Shehbaz Sharif and Asim Munir had a
So
very
you're saying China, you're telling me China, Pakistan, Iran were working in tandem, and you wanted to say something about Field Marshal Asim Munir. He had a special relationship with whom?
He had Asim Munir and Shehbaz Sharif had a very special relationship, not only with Trump. They also had a very special relationship with the Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian, and I am a witness. I am a witness to that special relationship. And last year, when I saw them talking to each other, I was, surprised. I was standing just a few yards away from them. And the way the Iranian president was talking to the Prime Minister of Pakistan and the Army Chief of Pakistan, it was a great surprise for me. And then both of them, both Prime Minister of Pakistan and Field Marshal Asim Munir, have a very special relationship with the Chinese leadership. So you see, this is a unique relationship. This is a unique quality that they have. Special relationship, good relationship with Trump, with the Iranian leadership, and then the Chinese leadership. And last night, when Trump made a very nasty statement, and he said that he will wipe out a whole civilization in one night, so everyone was very disturbed. So after that statement, it was China which helped Pakistan to convince Iran for agreeing on the ceasefire. So the Pakistan and China, they were playing a role of a facilitator in coordination. And now on 10th of April, which is Friday, I hope that this facilitation role will turn into a mediation role.
You're saying the facilitation role will play into a mediation role. My final question then to you, do you really believe that the two sides will be able to work out a settlement, or is this only a temporary respite? Is this a 2-week settlement, or do you actually believe, what are your Pakistani sources telling you? Because there is so much of mistrust between Tehran and Washington. The Omanis tried earlier, they didn't succeed. Do you really believe that while these talks are taking place in Islamabad, there will be a complete ceasefire, or will this only be a temporary lull before another storm, as happened in Geneva in February?
Yes, this is a very important question. And I personally think I will give you my opinion. I will not give you the opinion which I am getting from different stakeholders, because I am in contact with the Iranians, I am also in contact with the Americans, I am also in contact with the Chinese, and also in contact with the Pakistani side. So I think that this is not a resolution of the conflict. This is just a ceasefire. It's a good development. Pakistan played a very important role with the help of China, but slowly and gradually we can move towards a permanent solution. But that is a very difficult task, because if you go through the demands and conditions of the American side and the Iranian side, so you are right that there is a big difference. Both have very hard positions. And the most important thing is that the opening of Strait of Hormuz for 2 weeks is not a big breakthrough. Iranians want a permanent solution, and they want a permanent solution endorsed by the UN Security Council. So what is the way for a permanent solution? You cannot have a permanent solution without the withdrawal of the Israeli troops from Gaza and without the liberation of Aqsa Mosque from Israel. So this is the main demand of the Iranians, which they have not made it public, but they have communicated it to not only to the Pakistanis, but also to the Chinese, and also through Pakistan to the Americans. So in Islamabad, there will be a big challenge, not only for Americans and Iranians, but also for the Pakistanis and other stakeholders, that they should find out a way for a permanent solution. And I repeat, permanent solution lies in the withdrawal of the Israeli troops from Gaza and the liberation of Aqsa Mosque from Israel.
I'm going to leave it there. But Hamid Mir, you've given us a lot of insights into exactly what has led to this agreement or ceasefire. Let's not even call it an agreement, a ceasefire. And we hope that the talks in Islamabad succeed, because the world needs peace above all else. Hamid Mir, for joining me, thank you very much.
Thank you.